Welcome back. Do you feel like you don't fit in the environment that you're at, or the environment around you, the community around you doesn't seem to fit what you're doing? Then you found the right place. Hi, I'm Sandy. Today, I wanted to talk about our environment, how our environment has to do with a lot of things. It's not just like the word, like the dictionary definition of environment. That was one of the environmental psychology was one of the things I did enjoy learning in my degree program. It made me think outside the box of the fact of all the things that we know are our environment, but we don't necessarily, I don't know, they might not be readily available or they don't come easily. I know for a fact that my daughter sleeps better in her room when it's clean, but she's a teenager, so her room is very rarely clean. And we just finished. I'm actually, this is my son's old room. That's why the paint isn't quite I haven't repainted that wall yet. So this is exactly why I'm recording this video in this room with it not done, because that was one of the things I was looking for when I was trying to find inspiration for this video and how I wanted to share it was and to motivate myself. There were a lot of the words that I found were motivation, or they just want you to clean your environment for the same reason I want my daughter to clean her room, but that's not necessarily, it can be paralyzing. So trying to give somebody a generic to-do list, that's kind of what I kept on finding was these generic to-do lists that you want in a clean environment. Well, of course I want a clean environment. So I spent the last couple of months helping my son finish cleaning this room so I could have dedicated space besides my car to do YouTube videos. So it's getting there. I didn't get that. I want to get this back wall behind me painted, but it doesn't mean I can't make a video in the process, right? So that's not a to-do list. That's the other reason why I wanted to come on here and to almost share an update that goes along with environment. I spent the last 4 years working on school. That was my super focus. My super focus was school. Can't have and I was the only one basically cleaning my house. So I was cleaning the bare minimum. So I can't expect my whole house to get cleaned in a month, in 2 months. After 4 years, took a little bit for my son's room to get to this level. And I couldn't concentrate on making YouTube videos in the rest of my house because those were all different designated spots. I've tried in different rooms, but it didn't necessarily seem to resonate. So I'm curious if this video is going to get more views than the one that I'm going to have once I get the back wall painted and redecorated better. So we'll see. What do you guys like better? But this is just to show an imperfect thing. That's the other thing. I keep seeing all these videos on everybody who's accomplished it and finished it and has their little PDF printout of the 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. What about somebody who's doing the action steps but doesn't have the perfectly painted wall and the perfectly put together bookcase, but shows up and says, hey, I'm taking action. I took a step. And that's the other part that I wanted to talk about with steps and the genericness of what I've found and one more thing to do thing. What about a lifestyle? What about an actual lifestyle? That's what they're like all talking about is creating the lifestyle that you want in an environment that doesn't fit. That's it. Creating the lifestyle that you want in an environment that doesn't fit. I am in it right now. I have my sole mantra, I don't know what you want to call it, it's always been productivity. And going with the flow has probably been my natural design, I guess you could say. But I was never in a environment that cultivated going with the flow. So that's what I'm doing now. That's why I don't have a perfectly finished room for you. Because I'm going with the flow. I finally got this room clean and we just had a huge storm. And I was sick, still a little sick. But I'm taking the time today to show up imperfect. And I got 1 step in the flow. I just got back from an appointment. And I'm like, you know what? It's sunny. I can hop in that room real quick, make a video, and Even though the wall's not painted, because I keep telling myself, well, I can't make a video in there because the wall's not painted. Right, the wall's not painted. It's okay. The wall's not painted. Bookcase isn't meticulously designed, but I'm making the video, and that's what matters. So my encouragement to you today is go with the flow. See where the flow takes you. And if you have 10 minutes and you need to do something, take those 10 minutes. And even though the wall's not painted and the bookshelf's not made and you didn't put anything on the wall yet, I'm trusting that the environment that I'm looking for, the outside community environment that I'm looking for, will eventually come. I may have to move, so I'm gonna have to be used to doing a video with the wall not painted or the bookshelf not done. Because those are the things that keeps me back from doing the other things I want to do because the wall's not painted. So comment below with what your brain keeps telling you that's not done, that you have to wait for, that you can't do the next step. A lot of the videos I watched were all about motivation and how there is no motivation or whatever. There's just actions or not goals. And I get what they're saying, and some of this stuff is true to a point. But unless you're able to get to there, or some of that stuff to me, I don't need motivation. If I wanted to do something, I would do it. Like, I would, eventually. I think it's more of the executive dysfunction part of it. That's what keeps me back. So you can have all the motivation you want when you have executive dysfunction. Motivation isn't going to help you. It hasn't helped me. I was going to just say I had to make myself do it. But that's not what we're looking for either. I really do like the systems. A lot of the people are talking about systems over goals. And I like that too, but I don't know if anybody else can relate, but sometimes systems are great. I have a lot of good systems and some of them are great. But sometimes systems also feel like monotony and make me feel more robotic. That I have a whole bunch of, if I have to wake up to a whole bunch of systems, I have to do this from this time, never gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So this is my journey in figuring out how to do all of that to make systems that don't feel robotic. We get all the things that need to be done. Because that's the other thing that I have been noticing is that I've been just doing a lot of busy work. I've been just doing a lot of busy work. I've been just not doing stuff. I have videos on my YouTube channel. That's great. And if this is an investment in my future, then by all means, this is great. But sometimes you have to take a step back and look at things and see, am I just doing this to avoid something else? Am I just doing busy work to say I'm busy? What am I doing? So I just wanted to jump on here and show this isn't me taking action. I don't have all the answers, but I'm working on going with the flow because going with the flow I've never tried before. I've never tried with just literally going with the flow every day and just staying present in the day and not trying to, I don't want to say angle, but plan out. To me, everything had to be super planned and having all these contingencies. Maybe that was the busy work that I was doing, and maybe the videos had nothing to do with that. Maybe all my planning and contingency making and more contingency making was the true busy work that I didn't really need to do. So now taking this step back and just going with the flow and being present in the day is the true work. That's what's been so enlightening and mind-blowing is doing less and creating more space for more to happen. Tell me what you think below about the environment, clean spaces, motivation, whatever you're thinking about. Is any of the guru stuff, once they have all this stuff solved? I don't have the trick that helped. I'm doing this with you. Tell me something below. Let's start a conversation. I want to know what tricks were working for you. Maybe I'll try some of them. But I can't sit through another video and give me I and Z that's the general consensus or whatever. Even though there's probably some research-backed science on it. That's good. I'm not saying that's bad. That might work for me for a week. Then we're back to the same thing. I think it comes down to priority. I'd be curious to see what you guys think about priority. I've been dabbling with priority on different experiments lately. Sleep being one of them. Like, for example, I'm putting sleep as a priority in my life now. Before it was, I don't even know how to quantify that. That might be a different video. But I decided while I was sick that sleep was going to be a priority. It's been very interesting what's coming out of it. If you want to hear more about sleep, I have a playlist right here. If you'd like to hear a video about sleep being a priority, comment below and I'll make one.